Alright guys, so welcome to the Platoo login page. This is the first element that we're going to learn to create and customize on our virtual event curation journey. This is also the first page that your users are going to land on after clicking on the URL that is shared with them. First time users or guests would have to fill in this registration form to be able to log in to your virtual event page. And everything that you look at here, in terms of the background template, in terms of the form color that you're looking at, in terms of the accents that are highlighted here, and even the data entry fields, that is the name tab, the phone tab, and the company tab, all of this is completely customizable. Just a few clicks and buttons on the back end, and you should have this ready. We'll be learning how to do that in a moment. Before we do that, I just want to show you the kind of customizations that are possible with Platoo. So this is another login page that we have created for another event with different set of colors, different accents, and even if you look at the registration form here, you'll see that this is slightly more detailed than the form that we have active here. So this is a good example of the customization that you can do with Platoo. And here's another example of how you can change the look and feel to match your brand colors or your brand guidelines. So without further ado, let's log in to Platoo. You're going to be needing two windows to be running simultaneously to better create your virtual event. One of them is going to be the Platoo backend, which is the admin portal, which can be accessed from the Platoo site, that is platoo.in. You simply click on sign in, put in your email address and your password, and you should be at the Platoo backend. So the Platoo admin portal is like a bunch of different settings listed under various tags, but in reality, this is all that you will be needing to create your entire event journey, right? Your entire virtual event experience can be created by this summarized list here. It is as convenient as virtual events can get. All your elements, whether it is your lobby, your stage design, your experience zones, your exhibition zones, all of that can be created from this one list here. It's as simple as that. So let's begin by configuring a login page. To do that, you simply have to click on the login page configuration option under the login page configuration tag. So from the list available on the left side of the window, simply move on to login page configurations and click on that option, and it should take you to this window here. So because I have a setting that is pre-configured, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that so that we have a blank slate to work with. There you go, perfect. Now I'm going to be opening the front end of my Platoo account, which is demo.platoo.in. So once I open that, I'll be able to look at how my user is going to be looking at the virtual event that I create. So right now this is completely blank because I just deleted that setting from here. So we're going to go ahead and change this completely. What we're actually trying to do is recreate the Platoo login page that you're looking at here. So we're going to be creating exactly this with just a few clicks and buttons on the back end. So let's begin. To change this, I'm going to have to add a login page configuration. Now there are two ways to do that. You can either click on this button here that says add, or you can simply click on this button that says add login page configuration. It's just a matter of the preference that you have, and once you start using the Platoo platform, you should start developing your own preferences. Now once you click on add login page configuration, this is the form that opens up with certain values for form color, accent color, title, and a list of options that we'll be selecting to be displayed on our registration form. And background image is the template that is going to be displayed in the background. So to begin with, we're going to have to select a form color. So because we are recreating the Platoo login page, I want my form color to be white and I want my form accent to be orange. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that shade. Now, how do I do that? It's pretty simple. You just have to enter a hex code in this value here. And you can get your hex code simply by clicking on this link here that says, to access hex code colors, click on this website. So this redirects you to the HTML color codes. Now, HTML color codes are the values that pick up, the color, the shade that you want onto the backend. So here is, possibly every color that you could ever want. So because I want my form to be white, this is the window where the color is displayed. This is the hex code that we're going to be copying. So let's just pick white. There we go. That's good enough. Just click on this value here and it should select all of that. Copy that value and add it to your backend under the field form color. So there you go. It's that simple. We've just added a color shade to my registration form. Now I want the accent color to be orange. So maybe something a bit more brighter than that. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Yeah, let's go ahead with this. So I'm just going to copy, I'm going to finalize the color in this tab here, and I'm just going to copy the code, the hex code, the HTML code, and I'm going to paste it onto my accent colors. So this is going to pick up these colors from the HTML color library, and it's going to be embedded directly. It's as simple as that. The title is basically what you want your page to be called. In this case, I want it to be called login. So I'm going to go ahead. You can also type this value here, and I'm just going to go ahead with login. The background image is basically the template that you, if we go back to this page, this is the template that, is being displayed here. So this is the background image. And we're going to configure that background image from here by simply adding that file to this field over here. So to upload an image, you just have to make sure that your image is in this standard HD format, that is 1920 by 1080. You can always ask your designer to create this for you, or you can get this from your clients. If they give you a brief for an event, you can ask them for the creatives as well, or you can simply download from a wide range of options available on Google. Simply type this resolution in the search option and you should get some pretty good options from Google as well. So JPG and PNG formats are supported on Platoo, and all the image and creators that we'll be adding throughout the session are, have to be in this resolution, that is 1920 by 1080. Now let's go ahead and just pick that file. Yeah, that's it. That's how simple it is to add a background image onto your login page configuration. Now we're going to have to select the fields that we want to be displayed on our registration page. So when you click on sign up, you have, there is this form that pops up, and we're going to configure the options that we want to be displayed here. So I just want the name, the last name, the phone number to be displayed there. I do not want the date of birth. I do not want the designation, the employee code, or the address. So I'm only going to select the fields that I want to be displayed on the page there. And that's it. I have just configured my entire login page through this. So if you look at the login page now, it's at its default setting for demo.platoo.in. In a moment now, that is going to change. So once I click on save, my settings are then put onto the backend, and I get this confirmation that the settings have been added successfully, and I can see them here. And now when I refresh this tab, you should see the changes reflected immediately. It's as simple as that. It's like magic, just a few clicks and buttons and everything here can be customized. So this is the form, and these are the fields that we selected that are being displayed here. So it's as simple as that. Now going back to our settings that we just configured, let's say we want to play around with this a bit. Let's say we want to reverse the form colors. It's very easy to do that. You can open a pre-existing setting just by clicking on the first option that you can see here. It is form color. Once I click on that, your settings, the form that we filled up has popped up again, and we're just going to simply replace the accent and the form color that we have chosen. If you wish to do this by copying a code again, so now that we have made our form color orange, we want our accent to be white. So I'm going to copy this code from here and I'm going to paste this here. So we have reversed the colors. Let's see if these changes are reflected on our front end as well. Click on refresh. There you go. Instantaneously you'll be able to see the changes that you've been doing, and that helps a lot when you're working on a new project. So that is how you configure your login page with all the details that you want here. Now, moving on to the next phase, when you're hosting a virtual event, there are two types of registration process that you can follow. One of them is an open registration where anybody with the URL that is demo.platoo.in in this case can create their profile on my virtual event page. But in case if I am hosting a closed event and I want only my set of users, that is basically the guest list that I have to be a part of that event, I can control that. And it's very simple to do that. You just click on the first option that you see here under login page configuration. You'll see that there is nothing active here, and we'll simply click on add check settings and click on this one button here. This will enable cross-user validation on your virtual event profile. Once this is active, all we need to do is add a set of validated users on the last option that you see under login page configuration tab. So the users that you validate here will be the only users or the only attendees who are allowed to create a profile on your virtual event page. And doing that is very simple. All you have to do is click on this option here that says import CSV. Now a CSV document is nothing but a basic Excel file. So all you have to do is create an Excel file with 3 columns with the title name, user email, and phone number. That's all you need to do to create your CSV document. So go to Excel, create 3 columns with name, username, name, user, email, and phone number as the 3 columns. Put in your information under the selective title, and when you save this document, just make sure that you save this in the CSV extension that can be found from the drop-down list available next to save as type. Just click on CSV and save this to your system. Because this is already saved, I'm not going to be saving it, but yeah, so this is how your CSV document should look. Once you have entered all the attendee details here, you're ready to import this onto the backend. So doing that is very simple. I simply click on import CSV document and I choose that file and I just click on upload CSV. That's it, and instantaneously you will get a confirmation that a file has been imported, and you will see that all of that data is being displayed here in this section now. So these are the attendees that we have validated to be able to enter our event. So this is basically like a guest list that we have curated. Let's go ahead and see if somebody who's not a part of this list is able to create an account now on demo.platoo.in. So somebody would just click on sign up, and let's say Brian wants to create an account. So Brian is somebody who's not a part of this list here, and we're just going to go ahead and try to log in from that email address, and I'm going to quickly just fill in his mobile number and his email address, put in a password, and set the company. Now when I try to register, this is going to give me an error that you're not allowed to create an account because we have validated users mentioned here. Now let's see if a validated user, let's say if Karthik is trying to register on the profile, will he be able to? So I'm going to put his name here, and all you need to do is ensure that he registers with the same number that you have listed here. So all you have to do is click on the number and then copy the email address from here and paste it here, and now it shouldn't be a problem. And now I should be able to create an account, a profile, because Karthik is a validated user. So you've successfully created an account, and Karthik must have gotten a confirmation mail from support, from Platoo support, that that is a link that you have to click on to create to complete your registration process. So that's it. That's all you have to do to ensure your cross-check verification, to make sure that you control the attendees who will be able to join your event. That's how simple it is. And then you can also use pre-registration as an option to generate this list. You can use a bulk email platform like MailChimp to invite as many guests as you want, and then ensure that your list is imported here. Users is something where you can track the people who have created an account on your front end. So people who have registered to be a part of your virtual event will be reflected here. So right now we could try to create an ID from we try to create a profile for Karthik from his email address, and you can see that that is being displayed here, but it is not active because you would have to go into Karthik's email and click on the confirmation link to complete that process, and then this would be active as well. So that is the purpose of this users option that is available under login page configuration. You can see the users that have registered onto your front end, and last login details is nothing but simply to track your guest behavior. So last login time and last logout time is something that you can find out from your last login details section, and this allows you to track all of your guest behavior in one place. So that pretty much summarizes all you need to know to create a visually appealing and aesthetic looking login page configuration. So that's it. That's all you need to know to create a login page.